Hello everybody. This is the recap of today's Bund session, Wednesday the 7th of August. And we see how the market develops in the overnight session, and we see how the later evening session find this absorption here, very good absorption, selling into it, also already absorbed at the POC in the US session. So it was bullish, then turning in the afternoon and the noon. And again, we saw some selling here with testing in the pre-market around 8 to 9:30, and then later after the open. So we see this is everything very bullish. We are above the yesterday value high, and I've created some hypos based on this situation. My hypo was, number one, we're looking for the range. First the long levels, then 79, 176, 79, and if it's got lower to the value high, even the 59. So next level 176, 79, hypo 1 range long levels. Hypo 2, if acceptance above the upper pre-market high volume edge, 176.89, I changed it about 15 minutes before cash open because pre-market created a new HVE. We look here above the 8.9 for holding with increasing buying volume and holding. Targets would be then the 97. This is target number one. Why? This is the yesterday overnight high and the day high. And if increasing buying volume also at the overnight high, we will stay in the position, give it time to breathe, to unfold, and go for the home run trade for the continuation of the long trend. And hypo 3, if rejection after the open, so that means after expanding takes place of the IBH of the initial balance high or at the overnight high, we look for the short with the open rejection reverse with targets pre-market lower, HVE, higher volume edge, or yesterday value area high. Now see how the market played it out. There was no open drive and no open rejection reverse, and the market just opened, stayed around in its area, and then we pulled back and pulled to the area of our named hypo number one area, 79. We see the rejection signs at this moment. I entered the market also in the live stream. We stayed in this trade without handling and without changing the stop because impulse phase 1 started at 9:21. We stayed in the trade. We reached target number 1 and target number 2 with the higher volume edge. Again, the next situation, this time I didn't trade it because the rejection takes place only too late and too expensive, too close at the POC. But anyway, they played hypo number 1 again with the port of liquidity that also was given at the moment where trade number 1 was traded. And we talked about it. Now it takes some time, and we looked at the market going up to the upper edge at the 89 level. We look either for the direct reversal and for the responsive selling to go into the range short, but this signs didn't appear. It means we went through the edge above 89 before even some rejection come and went higher and higher, and then we extended the initial balance high. And then we see first failure, second failure, which gives me the double rejection and a lucrative trade for me to go again for the short. And you see then they went on and selling, but the selling was absorbed. So I got stopped out with the short with a lucrative trade. Very cool trade, but I got stopped out because the absorption sets in. What does it mean? When you get stopped out, see absorption sets in and impulse phase started, an increase of volume, and this taking place at the overnight high. Bingo, absolutely right. That means we're now having a chance that we have a new bullish control level around this area. That means I waited for the pullback to get in a cheap price at this area. I opened at 94, my next contract, and this was my long position for my hypo number 3, because we see on our side the range short didn't just not fail, but it also was taken out with a lot of liquidity and a lot of buying volume. And see, this is a new holding structure, and we call it now, this is a bull control level. You can set your stop close below at the 89 at this moment. I entered at 95 means a 5-tick stop and a wonderful good risk reward. My first target was the high of the day, of course, the 177 straight, and this was taken out. I got my first contract, and I told you, if you trade more contracts and looking for an intraday swing, then this and this at the number 1, and this was your price to go in. I mean, number 1 would be the range long entry, which you got here, that you would have, this would mean that you would have stepped in the trade already in at 920 and was in and looking for the trend long. But if you enter like me and have another position, you stay in the straight. And they took on the second time, took a little time, take out the high again, just pulled back to this at the moment volume edge, and then we see a rise of the prices and building a short-term value even at the top area. At this moment, this was not the huge volume, but there was some volume built, and we see at this very moment that we pulled back, as I said, at this moment to this area. You see, this is the moment lower volume node. We pulled back, we stay in this trade. I say, don't touch your stop right now. Stay with your trade, don't touch your stop. You can put it on scratch now. You don't lose, this is house money, and you stay in for the chance of a home run trade. So we take out the high again. Then some selling take place, selling, taking profits. But as soon, and I said, it's very important to not get your stop, pull your stop too quick, because we want to see not that it holds on this high low volume node, but on the lowest available where everything started from. And this was the main area at 97. So you can put your stop then below, or if you was a little bit more thinking of, okay, no matter what, I'm paid, I let it at the 9.4 at my entry. Either way, you wouldn't not get stopped out. But because you see, as they checked this lower areas, this low volume node, they got rejected. Buying sets in again. Absorption a little bit and then buying sets in and holding. And the delta structure holded the price. I said, now this is a good sign, because now we have some sign of excess on the low and the micro level, and want to see if the trade is still active and you can still stay in this trade if you see following behavior. Following behavior would be some pause of the trend and staying at this upper distribution with some balanced market. This balanced phase only took place for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then they already see there's less liquidity than before, and they ask, they paid the offer, and they lift it and get higher and higher. And then interesting, at the high of the day, they started again with increasing buying volume, still interested at the high with grabbing these pieces by absorption and then getting into active market buying. Some rejection, but staying in this control level. And then I said, when you see now they take out and stay in this and build value, which we did, we almost shift the POC up to the 17. We say, now you can put at this new distribution your stop below this 09 level and to secure your profits. And right now, still at 11 o'clock and 40, when I switched off a few minutes ago, 8 minutes ago, you see we're still in the game, and you're still having either way a profitable trade and good chance for this home run trend with a good entry, with a cheap entry. And today Bund provided good playable strategies and good playable trades. So thank you for watching. This was Anton Hopfel from Manapa Trading with the recap of today's Bund session on August the 7th. Bye bye.